Nigeria has put the United States on notice because it was an American that went over to Nigeria, into Africa, period, and started this Ebola outbreak. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show. Now, I have told you that the entire Ebola story was absolutely nothing to worry about. And you people keep pestering me and keep pestering me. Without even looking at the data, I said there is no way that Ebola is dangerous. I said dangerous. I'm not talking about killing people. I'm saying it is so inconsequential that it's not even dangerous. It is not something an American should ever even think about twice, other than to say, oh yeah, I heard about it, and go on about your business. Why? Because everything that they're saying is a lie. Number one, airborne Ebola. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're being told, and they're not telling you the right thing. Airborne Ebola is only spread amongst monkeys. Only a monkey can catch it, and only a monkey can die from it. How do I know? I've watched the documentaries from those times when there was an actual airborne Ebola. Okay? So if anybody says airborne Ebola, I want you to think about monkeys and tell them, oh, the poor monkeys. That's terrible. Airborne Ebola. Yeah. And if they try and say it's human, no. You correct them and say, no, you're an idiot. Let's get to Ebola, the regular virus that humans can catch. And I really wish you all would stop. If I say it's nothing to worry about, I lived in Africa. My parents were diplomats. They would come home and telling me all the secrets that they're not supposed to be talking about. Now that the world has been put on notice about Ebola, it's time for to try facts instead of scare tactics. And I told you all of this is just scare tactics. They couldn't get you with SARS and all the other stuff, so now they're trying Ebola. The World Health Organization, WHO, is the primary reporting agency in case numbers and deaths. Taking their stats with a few grains of salt, but recognizing that mainstream accounts come from WHO, here is their July 25th update. Ebola Virus Disease, West Africa. 1,200 total cases. 672 deaths. These numbers cover Guinea, where I used to live, Sierra Leone, and Liberia, the Ebola focus areas. Looking a little deeper, we see that the WHO divides each number into categories: confirmed, probable, suspected. They do the same exact thing with, want to take a guess? That's right, HIV in Africa. Confirmed, probable, and suspected. South Park did a little joke poking fun at the news and poking fun at this, where the town was first burned down, then flooded in the South Park episode, and then the reporter went out to start reporting on the number of deaths. Now they're talking about a lake town with mansions. A lake town with mansions. So we're talking about people with 20 acres to each house. So there was probably 100 people in the entire town. The reporter said, oh, we have 50 million confirmed dead. You know, it's impossible. But they do the same thing with HIV, and now they're doing it with Ebola. And even with the numbers that they're putting out, it doesn't come anywhere near to being, what's the word? An outbreak. Diagnostic methods for IDing Ebola in those three countries are uncertain. Therefore, we should only consider the category labeled confirmed. And even then, we should have doubts. So let's look at the total confirmed Ebola cases in those countries. You ready? It's 814. Confirmed number of deaths, 456. Now consider another WHO report This one's titled Influenza Seasonal World Health Organization, dated April 2009. It's a WHO fact sheet on regular seasonal flu, the kind that is said to infect people globally year after year, like clockwork. Ready? Annual number of severe cases, 3 to 5 million. Annual number of deaths, between 250,000 and 500,000. Remember, that's every year, not a one-time shot. When it comes to seasonal regular flu, the World Health Organization issues no scare reports, no dire warnings, and the press mentions nothing. Zero. Let's go over those numbers again. Annual number of severe cases of the flu, 3 to 5 million. And those are the severe cases. I believe it's something like 300 million catch the flu every year. Catch the flu. Okay, what are we talking about with Ebola? We're talking about people who catch Ebola. That is 814 confirmed catching Ebola. Why do we care about them? We don't, because they're not at a severe level. The confirmed deaths are 456. So 814 caught it, only 456 died. This is not even a blip on the map. But they're showing you all of these black doctors and black nurses over there caring for the people in Guinea and Sierra Leone, Liberia. Folks, this is nothing to concern yourself about. If you think of it for more than 2 seconds, you're doing something wrong. Even if we went by their inflated numbers, 1,200 cases. 1,200 cases in 3 countries? And now there's 2 in another country and 3 in Nigeria. And Nigeria is reacting severely, not to the people who caught the Ebola, but to the United States, because they brought it over there. The officials in Nigeria are not happy about it at all. Nigeria is not a poor country. They are very rich. They are second to like Saudi Arabia. They have billionaires in Nigeria. They still have kings and queens in Nigeria. Nigeria is not this tiny nation, a third world backwards nation. It is a thriving metropolis, a modern freaking country. And it's rich, very rich. And they maintain their mineral wealth in Nigeria. So first of all, their intelligence is pretty damn good. And they know that an American came over there and spread Ebola. That is what's going on. And they're spreading it here in the United States. Now, of course, unless you're on some weird list, you're not going to catch Ebola. And the one doctor that supposedly came and got cured went through like 20 different airports. They're estimating that he came in contact with over 500,000 people in these various airports. And they said, well, are you going to go contact those 500,000 people? Oh, certainly not. First of all, it's Ebola. It's not spread in the air. I already told you the airborne version is for monkeys only. It's not for humans. Stop worrying about this and stop pestering me about it. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show.